Hi and welcome to Dr. Mix! Today we'll show you something really special. I've been super blessed to go to California and meet with the Hollywood legends Mark Isham, Dechter, Anton Sanko, and Bruce Miller. I've asked them questions about their orchestration, about their secrets to make these amazing movies, and I also show them how to use the Swan instruments to make orchestral pieces. This is one of the most amazing projects I've been involved in, and I really want to thank Audio Modeling for not only making it happen, but for making such amazing instruments. With that said, I invite you to check out those instruments in the links in the description. I invite you to check out the 4 videos with the 4 Hollywood composers already available on the Audio Modeling YouTube channel. And now let me show you some highlights from the Swan Goes to Hollywood project. Let's go! Hello, sir.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I feel amazing in your place, where you make your music. Yeah, I mean, look at it. How did you fall in love with orchestra?
That started when I was very young. My mother was a concert violinist and played in symphonies all over the world. And I would be taken to rehearsals, do my homework in the 3rd row while she's rehearsing. And I just loved it. At one point, my mother wanted me to, she's a violinist, so she wanted me to play violin. And I played violin for about 3 years, and I was pretty good. Well, one day I remember walking into the back of the orchestra and seeing these guys back there with the trumpets, and they had their meatball sandwiches next to they were the cool guys in the orchestra. And I said, I think I'd rather do that. And I was just old enough at that point to say, that's the most heavenly sound I've ever heard. I mean, that's just, nothing else ever made me feel like that. The hair on my arm standing up, just like, and I said, that's a trumpet. And if I could create that effect for others, that would be a life worth living. So
I think I'm going to show you something interesting today. Let's put it that way. So what is your process of orchestrating and composing? Do you do the two things together? What tools do you use?
Well, let's take orchestration as its own thing. That is the primary job I do most of the time. And so I sit at a desk, not unlike this. It's a little more old-fashioned, maybe, and I have a keyboard and got a computer. I actually have usually 2 computers with a total of 4 screens, 2 additionals plus the 2 computers' own screens. But honestly, since I came from a pencil and paper background, that's how I did all of my music until it started shifting in the 80s and particularly the 90s. I like the idea still of actually having real paper, because then I decide, what did I do back there? And I can shuffle the paper around. It's very quick and easy for me. So I've had to learn a new way of working actually from when I started my career, which has been fascinating and actually a very pleasant challenge, because problem solving is not a negative word for me. It's a very positive thing, because I love doing puzzles of all sorts, crosswords and things like that. So to me, it's sort of a, so what I do is I first look at I'll get a printout of the sketch that's created from the MIDI that somebody usually has done for me. And then I have to really usually pare it down. Often I will say, there's like 50 string lines, and when I have to get down to like 5 string lines, I'll work on the strings all the way from the beginning to the end of the piece. Maybe it's 40 bars long. Then when I add the woodwinds or the brass or percussion, whatever might be missing or needed from me, I sort of piece it in, and I usually do it section by section like that. I usually leave the percussion and harps and things for last, unless they are a very critical part that the composer has always presented to me.
How does the process of composing and arranging orchestral music look for you? Like, you wake up in the morning and...
Well... Okay, that's an interesting question, the way you phrased it. When I'm working on an orchestral piece, you build your template just like everybody else.
Let's talk about templates. So why do you have templates?
So you can have all the stuff you want available at any time. And also I have the template built just so I can remember, oh yeah, I happen to like that instrument, because sometimes you forget. It becomes such a vast library So that's, yeah.
So that means that, for example, if you have, say, first, second violin, viola, cello, bass, 5 tracks, you have 5 plugins for the pizzicato, five strings for the cantabile, 5 strings for the staccato, 5 strings.
It's a nightmare.
It's a nightmare.
It's very hard to keep track of.
Right.
And then multiply that by solo strings, ensemble strings, plus all the brass, the winds, blah, blah, blah.
And you need a ton of computing power as well.
Yes.
And a ton of memory, because all this stuff is sample-based.
Exactly. It's a nightmare.
So what you basically do is you do a mock-up, which is like some kind of approximation to what the end result will be. And you are at the grace of the producers to say, yeah, we see what you're doing.
Right.
We know how this is going to sound like, thumbs up.
Right. I mean, when I started this, no one knew what sampling was or anything. Now everybody knows, and they expect it to sound amazing.
And it's moved so far that unless your mock-up is almost perfect and almost as good as the real thing, there's not a lot of imagination that's going to save you. Right? That mock-up is my lifeline to staying employed and staying liked and loved by my producers and directors. So it's a very, very, very important step. And I think mixing and producing a good demo is just as valuable a skill as writing in this day and age.
Then the electronics started happening. And I got into that. And then, as much as I love the players, by the way, what we're going to talk about will never replace the players.
Of course.
But it's gotten amazing. What has gotten most amazing, samples started coming out, but what got most amazing is at a NAMM show, I met these Italian guys, Italiano. After I got them to stop thinking about food, we talked about what they were developing, and it was mind-blowing because they were samplers without samples.
Yeah, that's right.
And this really got to me because I'm not a keyboard player. I mean, but I found the stuff I had been doing with samples. All of a sudden, now it's like, and basically the difference is, with a sampler, you're playing you're playing it the way they've programmed you to play it.
Yeah.
With audio modeling, SWAM instruments, it's your performance. I mean, I'm playing the parts.
That's right.
Any way I want to. All these virtual instruments are doing is offering me the environment to do what I want to do, but it's my way.
Yeah. Less bow pressure, and let's bite into it. This is the time where I show you how a mock-up can be done differently.
All right, I'm very excited about this.
And this is the part where I have to play in front of Mark Isham. That's okay.
It's totally okay.
No pressure.
It's good.
It's good.
Very good. It's very good.
So now I've got my beautiful cello here.
Okay.
I swear I'm going somewhere with this.
It's making sense so far.
Right, good.
Good.
Let's see if you will like that minor 9. So now we got.
Sounds really good.
It sounds really good, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it really sounds good.
All right, so now we have violins too. Save.
Yes, yes.
First violin. The final
All right.
result, without the annoying click, is as follows.
Very nice. Very, very nice. Well, it sounds remarkable. Yeah. It's great when you bring the expression to each part individually. It sounds very real. Very, very real. Yeah. Good writing.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I love it. I like the fact that you could get in there and handle all those dynamics in real time, and they sound so beautiful. Yeah, change all the bow pressure. Yeah,
Cool, right?
it's a must-have.
It's strings, trombones, French horns, solo flute at times, and little piano and harp.
You just said that. You can almost feel that tune.
It is.
You know that lighter
Portamento.
plus the portamento, it does it lighter.
Absolutely. Yeah, so that's, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Good. By the way, you should really subscribe to Audio Modeling's channel. Not only can you watch the full-length episodes there, but also they're about to present Swam Flow, a very clever system for creating professional quality orchestrations on a tight budget. Check out their channel now.